thought it went really well because guys were, doing a good job of encouraging each other, pushing each other and holding each other accountable. And we saw some guys out here making plays, taking turn making plays. At times kind of up and down. I'm really proud of the guys the way they work this spring.
Kentron's been here a while. Does it feel like he's made a bigger jump this year from
Kentron's made a lot of plays this spring. A lot of plays for us. One time kind of went down a little bit like a practice. Came back up, responded. But he's one of the ones that really sticks out, and made the most strides this spring for us. And making plays, and not only that, being more of a vocal leader for us as well. But he's done an unbelievable job with his technique and fundamental stuff. Taking the coaching, and just being an example, for guys out there in that field.
Guys like, or a guy like Hykeem Williams,
it just gives you
what have you seen from him?
He's made some strides, probably a little slower than some others. I got to get him down, lose a little weight and everything, and just kind of get him going a little bit. But you've seen spurts of what he can be, what he can become. He's made some plays for us as well. Left some plays on the field. Also, we just got to get him to understand the intensity and the way we practice here at Florida State. And that's any typical young guy that comes in, getting adjusted to how we practice here.
Vandrevius Jacobs, another guy that's true freshman coming in. What do you see from him? How is he, I guess, over the
Dre, he started out early, making plays, especially like one-on-ones. Just got to get more of the detail and the fundamental stuff down with him. But he's done an unbelievable job to come in and compete and kind of, make strides to get better and be a better football player. So I'm excited about both of those guys' progress, and what they can become.
It seems like Johnny has improved some of his route running this spring so far, and has been a little more consistent catching the ball. What has he improved on from your aspect?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You see him sinking his hips, getting in and out of his breaks, staying tight. Catching the football better, and really for him the focus was, route running, being consistent, catching the football, and finishing. And he's done that. He's done a really good job of coming out here with the mindset every day that no matter what happens on the play, I'm gonna respond the next play. So he's done a good job having a short memory and coming back and being a really good football player for us this spring.
There was games where a lot of guys that have different sizes, speed levels, and
Johnny's the first guy. You're just running the ball.
Receivers, or do you feel like they've got specific roles?
And I kind of talked to my guys yesterday about what is your role, and you got to come out here in spring balls. You got to come out and you got to figure out, what is your role. And you got to earn that role. We do have some guys that's interchangeable. Some guys that just have maybe focusing on one, position. But we teach conceptually. And the guys have done a good job of having an understanding for it. So you can move guys around a little bit. We kind of saw it out there in 2 minutes. One guy was on one side, tell another guy to stay over. But the young guy kind of switching over. I just told him to go ahead and go. And but those guys have done a good job being interchangeable and learning not just their position, but understanding the concepts.
Is thinking that Ja'Kai Douglas is someone that's kind of had a good spring, and with his ability to get open and catch the ball. Is he someone you see as a versatile piece, or someone like kind of see more in the slot?
No, he's versatile, and I don't know if you saw him like this spring. We kind of had him as an outside receiver as well. We had a few guys go down, but he stepped right in, played outside receiver for us, and sometimes we needed him in the slot. He played slot receiver. He played in the boundary a couple times today, actually. But just him understanding what's going on in the offense, and not only playing the slot receiver, but playing outside as well has helped this unit this spring.
Has Micah been able to, I know he's not able to do a whole lot, but is he able to just be a leader and good teammate and help the younger receivers?
He has, and you've seen him a couple times in one-on-ones trying to walk on the field, getting excited for the guys, and I'm like, you got to get back because you can't move, but he has been doing that, and he understands his role off the field as well as on the field. But just because you're not going doesn't mean you can't be a leader, and an encourager, for these guys because they all need it.
With Hykeem being so much bigger and stronger than probably guys in high school, as a big receiver, you kind of able to kind of rely on that, and then is it different at this level?
Yeah, it's kind of on this level. Everybody's either not as big, they're still strong, and they're probably stronger than he is coming out of high school. So you can't just use that body like you did before. Now you got to rely on the technique and fundamentals a lot more than you did in high school. And that's something that he's steadily improving daily.
What physical, could you say what physical characteristics kind of matter most between the different receiver groups, like a 9 and a 5 and a 2 and stuff? Like, how do those contrast, I guess, and what do you look for most in each of those spots?
Well, it's kind of more of outside receiver and inside receiver. And really those inside receivers are interchangeable as well. But we do look at times for bigger guys, to play that 9 position. It really doesn't matter. We just like good football players. That's what it boils down to. We don't care about the stars. We care about guys that want to work. And that's really all that matters when it comes to playing wide receiver. Because when you come in, you're gonna get challenged. At the receiver position. So it's more football players. I figured out when they get it.
Now, obviously, health is something that's not granted in football ever, but when the room is healthy, you guys do have different matchups you guys can use. Is that gonna be for games is it gonna be matchup based who gets on the field, or is it gonna be how's that determined?
Well, the best guys are gonna play. That's it. The best guys are gonna be on the football field, whether it's receivers or backs or tight ends, whoever it may be. But the best guys are gonna be on the football field. Now it may be times where you scheme and all that stuff, and you see some mismatches that may give a defense problems, within a week, during the game plan, and that may happen, But for the most part, the best guys just, being consistent out here on the practice field are gonna be the guys that know their assignments. Are gonna be the guys that's out on the football field.
Has anything Dre's done surprised you?
It actually has. He's a little faster than what I thought, and I've seen him practice. I saw a spring game. I saw a regular season game or a playoff game, of him. And he's a little bit faster. He's got a little bit stronger. He's put more weight on. A little quicker than what I thought. He's got the ball skills, but towards the end, he's just kind of not as consistent. Because starting when you get tired, start relying on body catching and not, relying on the hands that you have.
I guess the challenge for those guys, how difficult is the challenge as a freshman to play a college football season, physically and mentally?
Yeah, it's tough, because halfway through the season, your season's done or either you're in the playoffs, and we're still rolling in the regular season. So for those guys, I try to tell them, look, you got to take care of your body. I'm just asking my guys, how many of you guys go to the training room after every practice or before practice, and not just to get taped, And if you don't take care of your body, you won't be able to perform throughout a football season. And they know that just because the starters are going, and you may think you may not get a rep, but those starters can't play 60, 70 plays every week. So you got to be ready to perform, regardless. So it's very important that those guys have understanding for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.